phony homies. On today's show, we discuss Week 10's big injuries, Week 11's waiver wire, ads, drops, our studs and duds, some Justin Fields talk, and much more. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys Show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Campos, and alongside me is my co-host, Dustin D.L. Lingaman. What's up, baby?
What's up, man?
Oh, what's going on, man?
It's been a rough week for me.
Why? Why has it been rough?
I didn't win, man.
That sucks, man. What's your record? Where you at now?
I don't even want to look.
Oh, damn. Are you?
I'm like 4-6.
Okay. I mean, you got a chance at the playoffs.
Right. I know, man, but it's like, it's rough. It's rough when you get it wrong.
No, for sure. I completely understand how that goes, man.
It's all right.
I'm out of it for sure in 2 leagues. Like, no doubt about it.
I'm just hanging on to hope. I'm probably out, but I'm just gonna be like, nah, turn it around.
I like the outlook.
Beauty part of fantasy.
Exactly. And honestly, even if you're out of it, you still set your lineup. You still try to make ads.
Man,
you still try to stay active. And play spoiler. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. The executive producer of the show, the one, the only, Andres Valentin. What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, gentlemen? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are ready to talk some fantasy football. Feeling good about the day.
Oh, sweet! Look at
that.
Really knows how to how to start when the lights come on. He knows exactly what to do. Love it.
That's right.
Love it, Andrew. Just so you know, the people have loved your takes on Justin Fields. They just love, they don't necessarily agree with you, but they've loved that you take a side and you stick to your guns. So I'm sure we'll get into that in a few minutes.
We will.
Our sound engineer, he makes us sound better than we are. The one, the only, David Double D Dykstra. What's up, Double D?
Well, I guess since someone decided to be happy, I'll be the sad one.
Oh, man.
I got sand in my vision.
Oh, hey, it's a PG.
It is PG.
Hey,
we could get to
Hey, I didn't say it.
No, I know.
didn't say it. I'm just saying.
In a window.
I'm a little grumpy today. Things aren't going my way the last couple days. And I'm just going to take it out on everybody because they deserve it. Because they had everything to do with it.
Kiddos, if you're watching, do not take that advice. So
yeah, that's not the way to be.
But why are you taking me off camera, man? I'm talking. Listen, it's a great day. Everybody should be happy to be here. The Fake Football Guys are going. They're going to give you some great information. Ooh. I'll be in the audio room taking care of all that, and that podcast will be up, let's say, a half an hour after you guys are done.
Sweet. The timeliness.
I like that. Look at that. That was a good hype.
Great. Man. We appreciate you, Double D. The people were worried about where you were, and now they got to see you're not just a disembodied voice. Fantastic. And our intern today, dude, I think he's broken the record for
how many days?
How many interns days? And he gets here early, dude. He gets here before we do. Yeah. So, our intern today, I think we just gotta make him permanent at some point. We'll discuss.
Churro.
The one, the only Chicharron himself.
Chicharron.
D. What's up, D?
D's
Thank
nuts.
you, and I appreciate y'all.
Every time.
I know.
Every time.
He's just. I have him record my voicemail.
Dude, I got him to
Hello.
Dude, are you kidding me? Same here.
Dustin's not here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, I'm busy.
Yeah. Or maybe our voicemail that we use, maybe record that.
I like that.
Dude, that would be
I like
great.
that a lot.
As a reminder, you can follow the show on Twitter. DL, where can the people follow us?
Tweet FFG.
And if they have any questions, what is the hashtag that people can use to get it trending so that we can see it, so that everyone in the nation on planet Earth can see it? That hashtag is
Ask Us FFG. Didn't think I'd be able to say it. You were really going with it.
Dude.
You're feeling it. You're feeling it. I like it.
I'm in a great mood.
That's
dude.
good,
Things
man.
are going good, man. Things are
Maybe
going
you got all
good.
those toxins out.
Yeah, dude. I've been keto for a few weeks now. It's really working.
It look good. I mean, I can tell
man.
you're looking like, I don't know if it's just because I know or it's working, but
no, I appreciate
hey, man,
you,
whatever's
bro.
working, it's going. That's great.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. You still on the shakes? I didn't see one today.
Yeah, I'm still doing the
Yeah.
shakes.
Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Might have to
Sometimes I
snag
switch
one
it up with a salad.
away. Yeah. case the missus is watching, he does like.
I do.
Not cheat
I brought
that.
the shade.
Yeah, he does not cheat that
She
diet.
is watching.
Oh, I
She
know.
watches every week.
I know. Anyway, you can email the show.
Yes.
If that's more your speed. If you prefer to send emails, you can send those emails to.
Ask us ffg@gmail.com.
Or if you prefer, you can send us voicemails. D, where can the people send us voicemails?
708-655-4508.
Oh man, I just got the chills.
If that doesn't make you call,
dude.
I mean, dang, D.
Jesus Christ, man.
They're gonna be asking for you to do a solo show.
Yeah, they are actually. I'm kind of caught off guard after
I know.
that.
I can tell. I can
Crazy. It's crazy. As always, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and
smash
that notification button. That way you know when we're going live. You'll get a little notey on your phone, whether that's an Android or an iPhone.
You know,
It'll tell you. A little thing will flash across the screen and tell you that we're going live.
Dear green bubble bullshit.
Dude, what? I'm just saying, man.
You know what? You ruin our group text because you have you have an Android phone.
Am I the only one that has it?
Yeah, and now we can't even like title it like, oh.
Andrew, can you confirm? Do you also have an iPhone, Andrew?
I'm actually Team Android.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. What's up?
I'm just saying, you can get like a refurbished one. It's not that expensive, guys.
Yeah, my girlfriend was giving me shit saying that
What's
like
wrong
she's
with
gonna make me
Android?
switch. So
I got a phone.
I
got a phone that works.
Oh, here we go.
here we go. Andrew was
phone.
ready.
He's
he was pretending.
ready.
He played possum, dude. He was pretending that
It's
he
like,
wasn't
what's
in
wrong?
the mood.
You
Yeah.
wanna go?
It's
We want to talk about
awesome.
Just Feel. I'm ready.
And like, why is it got to be like so much hate? Why can't we all just love?
I didn't bring the hate.
Ooh,
I didn't
I love
bring the
that.
hate.
Who brought the hate?
You
Nobody
love
brought the
that.
hate. I just
Love
said
that.
you screwed up the group chat. Now you're getting all butthurt about your green bubble.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Let's keep it
What?
moving.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Speaking of
talking
keeping it
about.
moving, remember, guys, you can check us out on YouTube. That's probably where you're watching, or maybe listening on Spotify,
Or Apple.
or Apple. Yeah. Apple. Okay. You can catch us on YouTube, IG, Facebook, or anywhere you listen to your podcast.
Yes.
DL. We got a
Yeah.
jam-packed show yet again. I don't know how we do it, but every week we got a jam-packed show.
Got a lot
and
to
this
say.
week is no different. Let's go ahead and get started with our Week 10 performances. How did you do?
Well, my performance was lackluster.
Uh-oh.
No pun intended. Anyways, I lost in all of my leagues, dude. All of them. There wasn't even a shining hope.
Been there.
All of them. It sucked. Literally the only studs I had for this week for me personally was Chris Godwin and Jalen Hurts.
Jalen played really well.
Yeah. You know where my duds were?
Who were your duds?
The rest of the NFL.
Oh,
just kidding.
Jesus.
Just kidding. Alvin Kamara,
Sure.
Swifty,
Yep.
Kyle MF and Pitts.
Yep, dude. Can we talk about him for a second?
I don't know what to do, man.
I am not starting him anymore. Unless...
I mean,
You know
he's
what's
playing the
gonna
Bears. He's playing the Bears.
Yeah, but he's not going to do anything.
It's true.
Not against Jack Sanborn, he's not.
That's right.
Exactly.
Let's go. Okay, you convinced me. I'm on benches. But you know what? Zach Ertz, which we'll get to, had an injury. It may be season ending. So that's my other tight end for my deep league. So all I literally have is Kyle Pitts because it's a 14-man team. You know how many tight ends are on a 14-man league? Nothing. We're talking like third string, second mama's cousins, sisters, brothers that you could possibly start.
You're just playing randos at this point.
just,
Guys off the street.
Yeah, man. Especially that. I feel for you guys that are in deep leagues because it's like it goes down and it goes down hard.
I'm in deep leagues. I'm in keeper leagues with guys who are in their 50s and been in the league for like 30 years. So, and they already have their keepers. So, yeah. We do have some comments before I tell you how my week went.
Okay.
First question comes from Timmy Pete. He says, with Khalil Herbert hitting the IR.
Is he hitting the IR?
Oh, no, he says with Khalil Herbert hitting the IR.
What?
Is
You're talking
Monty finally a
Timmy.
reliable start going forward? Is he a buy low? Well, this is news to me because I did not see the news cross about Khalil Herbert.
I'm looking right now. I don't see. Did you know something, Andrew?
Yeah, it's official. I just looked it up right now. It is being reported just minutes ago.
8 minutes ago.
From NFL
Wow.
Trade Rumors, DraftKings Nation, all the majors and sources are saying Bears are moving to Khalil Herbert to IR, so he's going to miss 4 weeks.
Wow.
Well, there's another running back I got to drop from my team.
Yeah, so I think that immediately makes the David Montgomery a low-end RB1.
Yeah, especially this week going against Atlanta.
The Atlanta Falcons, who are the
That
worst
looks
run
juicy.
defense in the NFL.
That's gonna be juicy.
They're like I think they're like not the worst. I think they're like in the 20s,
31.
but they're the worst pass defense in the NFL. I think it's a
so
big week
Komet's going to eat.
Yeah, a big week for the
might see,
receivers.
Chase Claypool.
All
right.
Justin might throw the ball more than 20 times in the game.
You know, speaking of which, I heard this. Okay, I'm not going to take credit for it, which sometimes I do. But
Sure.
I heard on 670 The Score,
Sure.
they were interviewing this reporter, and
Okay.
I'm so sorry I forgot her name. But she made a really good point. It's like, at this point in the Bears season, what are they, 3-7?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
At this point, in the fourth quarter, let him grip it and rip it.
Mm.
Let him just pass the ball. If he gets another pick six, who cares? But at least he's getting those reps in. And, like, let's see. I mean, he was throwing dimes.
Oh, yeah.
He was throwing dimes. So I say, let's get the passing going a little bit. Just because I love the way he runs, but I feel like we've seen it. Let's see what else he can do with his arm.
Okay.
That's why I look at
I'm
it.
not opposed to that idea. I would love to see him throw the ball at least 30 times in one game.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. See what he can do with that, and go from there. I find that he extends plays, and that's when he does well. When he
Yeah,
rolls out of the pocket
sure.
or just moves around and extends plays long enough for the receivers to, get open. The problem is when I watch the All 22 film, and you can kind of see where the receivers are going. Most times nobody's open.
That's true.
That's
a good
just one of
point.
the issues. But to your Cole Kmet point, he's been balling.
Eating.
Yeah, man.
Eating.
That
Remember
bus
we were
talk,
talking about
man.
before, like, oh, this is his breakout year, and then
Yeah.
we were like all sad and like depressed
Probably
because
not,
he
yeah.
wasn't, and now all of a sudden just turning it on like a switch went off.
Yeah.
It's great to see a franchise quarterback really just take over a game
true.
and just dominate. It's
true.
Right, Andrew? All right, moving on.
Hey, did his overall go up in Madden?
It did.
Did it? What's his overall? No, I'm just curious. I haven't played in such a long time.
I think
I know his
Wait, the
speed
team
went up.
or
It
like
showed
his?
speed going up.
See, the team went up a little bit. I
Okay.
didn't. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I
You haven't
didn't
checked?
really
Okay.
look at his
You could
numbers.
be our research guy for a second. Let me know. That would be fantastic.
Really?
To finish that point for Mr. Timmy Pete, yes, David Montgomery, his
Oh,
value
wow. Yeah.
does go
We're
up
answering a question.
for 4 weeks. I think he's a low end RB1, contingent on how much the Bears, let Justin run or not. It seems like he's kind of still on the show as the runner on the team, but I think they'll kind of rein that back as the weeks go on. They want to probably try to save him and conserve him a bit, and I would expect David Montgomery to, get the majority of those touches. And I feel like he's the kind of running back where as the game goes on, he gets better. He just kind of wears down a defense, breaks a ton of tackles, and then he kind of breaks some runs open. He doesn't have that breakaway speed, but he does get a good yard per carry. So I do expect, that to occur. DL, what you got?
Madden's general rating is at 84.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's probably the
so-
highest rated quarterback we've ever had in Madden.
Speed is at 91. Acceleration's at 92.
Wow.
Agility's at 90. Awareness is at 90. Jumping's at 81. Injuries at 90. Oh, who cares about
He's
that?
probably the second fastest quarterback in the game, behind Lamar, right?
But the crazy part is
Sure.
his ball carrying rating's only at 73.
Okay. Well, it probably should be lower. Oh.
Okay.
He's gotten better at no fumbles in the last few games, so we'll give him that. We've been really lucky.
Toughness is 94.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Interesting. It's interesting.
Anyways,
all right, to
84.
go back really quickly to how my week went. DL,
Yeah.
finally, dude. I've been mediocre the last 4 straight weeks, and this week I went 8-3.
Oh, nice. Good
Yeah.
for you. Welcome
Thank you.
back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
All
appreciate
right.
it. I had some big games from some players, particularly Amon-Ra St. Brown,
that was
Saquon
a good one.
Barkley, Rashad White went off for me, Aaron Jones, and finally Tua Tagovailoa went off for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks
went
that he's on
against
a
him in
bye
one of my
next
leagues.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks he's on a bye next week, but he's going to be a guy I target in future drafts, going into next year. I'm really a big fan of Tua and what he's been able to do. I've been watching a ton of tape and a lot of this is outside of fantasy, a lot of NFL scouts and just guys, observers who break down the tape have talked about how good Tua's eyes are. And I've been trying to pay attention to it, and he looks guys off. Basically, he's torching safeties left and right and looking them off and, showing that he's going right, but he's really setting them up to go left. Every single game. It's fantastic. He's been killing all year.
It's funny. I'm glad you finally came around because last year you had nothing but horrible things to say about
That's fair.
Tua.
I'll admit I was wrong.
You
Not
were wrong.
afraid.
It's all right.
Not afraid to admit
Andrew's
that.
going to be right with you someday.
Yeah, he'll be there one day too. Thanks, Andrew. We appreciate you.
Appreciate
all
you
right.
clapping,
I
man.
don't think we had any bets this past week.
No, you know what? We
I
should
think
come
we're
up with a
due.
show bet.
Yeah,
we're
I think
due. We're due
We've
for
been
one.
betting a ton outside of this place,
Yeah.
just within each other. I haven't really been on my bet game recently, so I haven't really been on that.
Lost a lot of money.
No, not at all. I've just kind of been putting money elsewhere, but I think I'll get back in the bet game with you guys here on the show. But yeah, let's continue on. DL, tons of things happened this past week. Let's get to the news.
The news. Starting off, Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp will need surgery on his high ankle sprain and is headed to the IR. This, folks, I put in the news, didn't save it for injuries because this is huge.
This is huge. Colossal.
Especially if you drafted, which you did, you drafted him early, which I'm not saying was a bad play.
No.
I was hoping I could get him. But this, so let's talk about like how does this destroy your team? Are you just completely out of it, or is it just like it sucks and I'll find somebody?
So I know we'll have the doctor in house, so we'll talk about how long the injury is and just generally how long the IR stints are. But if I lose him for anything more than 4 weeks, I'm done in that league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll have to make do with what I got. There are going to be some other guys that'll have to step up in his place, and I think Team J will figure out a way to get it done. We'll see.
Yeah, typically, what is it on IR? It's like at least 4 weeks.
Yeah,
if not more.
Yeah,
so
at least.
Oh, that just sucks. Like that popped along, and honestly, it was like, man, that's brutal. Because there's a lot of teams out there that like probably put a lot invested.
Oh yeah. Is it the same ankle that he's had, like he's been dealing with the last?
Didn't really
weeks?
say that.
Okay, I'm curious.
Didn't really say that.
I don't know, but I'm glad there wasn't a break. That's the big thing because we would have lost him for the whole year, and that would have been.
Yeah, you got
awful.
hope because we're in week 10 now.
Yeah.
So
getting right back for the playoffs.
That's if you can hang on. I'm just trying to get in.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead,
get in.
Grumpy Gus.
Grumpy Gus.
I don't know who you're calling grumpy. Who's grumpy here? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he sits out the rest of the season because look at where the Rams are at, right? Like they have the slimmest margin right now to maybe make the playoffs. Like they have to win out from here, I think, to basically make it in. If I'm not mistaken, like
no, you're right.
They're in a tough spot right now. So if I was Cooper Kupp, what are you coming back to?
Yeah, and why not just save them? Just package it like next year's. There's always next year, and the Rams are like probably the least like. What do they say? Like a team that has won a Super Bowl, they're the least like not even in contention. Like it's pretty shocking to see a team win a Super Bowl and not even be close. But I did mention this during the draft of that hangover.
You did.
That Super Bowl.
Yeah, I remember
hangover.
you did say that. How much of that is on Matt Stafford? He's been
rough.
Like bad.
Yeah, real bad. Like what happened? I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
You can't take the Detroit out of Matthew Stafford, I don't think.
Oh, he went.
I think he just stuck around way too long.
He did. Yeah, that's true.
It's night and day though from what he looked like last year to this.
Last year we were talking about him being an MVP.
Yeah.
And all this.
He was top 5 in the league, and now look at him this year.
Remember when everybody said he was going to be a Hall of Famer?
He is going to be a Hall of Famer.
He is.
He is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He got the ring.
Absolutely.
That's all he needed.
Oh, that makes him a Hall of Famer?
I mean, he's up there.
If you look at the Hall of Famers, that's definitely a way to punch your ticket in.
Oh, no, I agree. But his record is atrocious.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, that's not on him, though.
He's well below 500.
Yeah, that's not really on him, though. He got his Hall of Fame ring. I think that cements him into the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sorry, his Super Bowl ring.
He'll go in the Lions Hall of Fame. I don't know if he'll make the NFL Hall of Fame, but I think we'll remember him at least more fondly than we will like Cam Newton.
All right, show bet, and we'll catch this one in like 7 years.
7 years.
But
Matthew Stafford.
I say Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer.
I'm going to put $100 on it.
That show bet. This is a huge futures bet, folks. This
huge futures bet.
Fine, I'll put $5,000. No,
we'll figure out what happens in 7 years.
In like 10 years or whatever, because they'll probably play till he's 45, because they'll have robot parts by that point.
Mm-hmm. You gotta give it time though, because he's not even 40 yet. He's gonna play until he's 40. Like we all know that. Like
most likely,
that's what's gonna happen. He's a tough SOB. No one better question his toughness. I've seen that guy play hurt so many times. It's incredible. I would say maybe he's on the cusp of being a Hall of Famer, but give him another 3, 4, 5 years. I think he gets there. I think the numbers get him there. I really do.
Yeah,
but
he's in that. He's in the top 20 for most categories at this point, passing wise. So over time he could be there. It's just what else can he do while he's in this mode?
Yeah,
right. Can he get another Super Bowl? Can he get an MVP? Can he get another Pro Bowl? Mm-hmm. That's gonna help him more.
Yeah. No, you're right. I do. We'll see.
All pros too, because pros. That's the pros voting on players.
Former players.
So if you get an all-pro, the pros say you are the best. That helps too.
I think he will.
Yeah, I do too. Before you continue, I did get a message here, DL. The message here is, first one is, Apple Music is trash. That's the first message.
That is true.
Okay.
That is absolutely 100% true.
Yeah.
Apple Music
That is such
trash.
garbage.
Yeah.
I used it for a week and I was like, nah, we're done.
It's because of U2.
Yeah.
The band U2. Remember that?
YouTube.
No, U2, the band.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Remember,
YouTube. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when they downloaded like their
Their CD
album
onto-
right
yeah.
onto your phone.
Yeah.
That was like when I was
That's
like,
weird as hell.
screw Apple Music.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The last thing they said was in
Chicago
7
me.
years, because we're gonna wait 7 years for this bet. In 7 years, y'all will be on ESPN.
Thank you, phony homies.
I
That's-
appreciate
Ugh.
Yeah, we do appreciate
Stephen A., I'm coming for your job.
Dang. You know what?
Disrespectful. Blasphemous. See, I
that.
can already do
Slava
his name.
Medvedenko. Right, that's just Stephen. All right, let's continue on.
All right.
Egregious. There.
All right. So the Philly Eagles lost to the Manders last night.
Yep.
Who would have saw that? Because I didn't.
I didn't see
thought
it.
they were going to dominate.
I didn't even watch the game because I thought it was going to be a boring game. And then I ended up seeing that they won.
I didn't watch it because I was playing Modern War.
Oh, nice. Modern Warfare.
yeah,
Nice. How'd
that's
that go?
awesome. That's
Or
awesome.
Call of Duty, yeah. Yeah, I mean.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I hear it's really good.
it's fun. Anyways, fun fact though, 2 years ago, the Commanders actually beat the Steelers when they were on their like undefeated run as well too.
Okay.
So here's my questions. My question.
Yeah.
Are the Eagles a legit top team, or did they just get lucky?
I think they are legitimately top 2 in the NFC.
Okay.
That's where I feel. That probably
I'm with
number
you,
one.
but I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people saying that they just got lucky because they went up against like certain teams that didn't have their starting quarterback, or they didn't, this person was out or that person was out. So a lot of people are, I don't know if it's just haters on the Eagles, which probably is, but they're like, oh yeah, this is just like Pittsburgh 2 years ago, and look what they did. However, Jalen Hurts is looking amazing, where Ben Roethlisberger looked like a geriatric fuck.
Yeah. Oh, back then? Yeah. I would say, you could be the best team in the NFL and lose a game or two. Like that
It's
happens.
gonna happen.
What's the saying? Even the sun shines on a dog's ass some days. Like, it still happens. Isn't that how it goes?
Wow.
Did I just make that
That's
up?
a new one.
Well,
Got a right.
I can't confirm that, but I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've never,
know
and
what
I'm
that's
old. I'm
saying.
older than, I'm like the oldest person in the room.
you are. Pretty sure it's like an old Irish saying or something.
Old Irish.
Something,
Now
yeah.
we putting that. Okay, anyways.
What?
Yeah.
Moving on, the
what I-
Packers
that's what I heard.
parted ways with their former third rounder, Amari Rogers. That was,
Sorry, I'm still stuck on a dog's ass.
you're stuck on a dog's ass?
That's it.
Clip it.
Still stuck.
Clip. Stuck on a dog's ass.
Clip that.
it.
We're at. I'll tell you the timestamp here. We're like 15 minutes in. So.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. As I mentioned,
Oh, I'm going to find that. You best believe that. I don't know.
I'm on a dog's ass.
I'm going to find that. I'm going to find it somewhere on the internet to see if this is a real quote.
All right.
Moving forward.
Keep
No
going.
worries. I mean, I don't know if you guys care about the Packers parting ways with Amari Rogers, but was interesting. This one I thought was really interesting. Eno Benjamin was cut from the Cardinals. However, he found a new team today with the Houston Texans.
Ooh, that was
Right?
just within the last half hour.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Got it off Super App.
Yeah, you see that, guys? The Fake Football Guys show where you can catch news as it happens.
Yeah, live and in your face, and you're not going to be on a dog's ass.
You're not going to be on a dog. Jeez. All right,
Okay, my last little touch point or news. Did the Commanders, Taylor Heineke, knock off Carson Wentz's old team and take his spot? So really what I meant to say is Taylor Heineke the QB, or does Carson Wentz get his job back? Because he's healthy.
I think
He's
it'll
due
be
back.
Yeah, I think it'll be an open competition, and here's why. Heineke didn't look good last night,
Nope.
even in a win, and it shows that the supporting cast of the team was good enough to get the win. So I think they'll give Carson Wentz an opportunity to get his spot back, and if Heineke falters, say he throws a pick six early, or just throws 2 picks early in a game, I think they'll switch it up and see what Carson can do.
So you think they're gonna just keep rolling with the hot hand?
I think they're going to try to win games. I think that's
Okay.
Ron Rivera's in the business of winning games. I will say though, Wentz is only on a 1-year deal, so you don't really have any you're not married to the guy.
That's true.
You don't have any incentive to keep him there longer than the year. So you could just see what you have in Heineke the remainder of the season if you'd like. Kind of trot him out there and see if he's good enough to be a starting quarterback.
I hope he's good enough for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, well, here's what I would say. He completely reminds me of Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to be one of those guys. He'll be in the league for another 10 years, and one day you'll see him playing for the freaking Dolphins, and you'll be like, how the hell
did he make Taylor Heineke is back?
Dude, it'll be one of those things where he just jumps from team to team, and he's a little better than serviceable. It's just the future I kind of see for him.
Andrew, you had something to add.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to have a quarterback competition next year. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether they keep Carson Wentz or not. You said he had a year left, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
he's got a year left. So I think it'll. First off, we can't forget they do have Sam Howell, and he looked really good in preseason. So I think they'll probably keep all three of them around. Let's see who's going to be the best of the bunch, and I don't think they'll even discount the possibility of still drafting a quarterback, because again, this is a heavy quarterback draft. If you think you have a top pick, and right now they don't, but if you feel like you're confident enough to take a guy in the first round or maybe the second round and say he could be a guy to compete too, they may go for it. But what is it? The sun shines on a dog's ass every day. What's the saying there, JC? I can't. You're the expert on this.
Hey,
how does the sun not shine on a dog's ass?
Jesus Christ,
what a stupid thing.
Oh, man, guys. He's got 2 years left on his deal. I just checked Spotrac. He's got 2 years left on his deal.
2 years left.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see if there's any cap hit if they cut him. There is. They're really big. $26 million if they cut him next year, and then $27 the following year. So they'll probably try to unload him, in a trade and trade him to someone and see if anyone will take on that bad contract.
I guess the sun is coming out on Carson.
Dude, this is gonna be a great episode for you.
Yeah, that's going to be.
All right, let's continue on, Deal. What else you got in the news?
That's it.
That's all you got in the news?
Sun will come out. Yep, that's it.
Tomorrow.
Bet your bottom time. That tomorrow.
It's cool, man. It's cool, Gotta be a good sport about things like this. When you mess up, you mess up.
You know how many times I messed up?
Oh, bro.
I got to take
No,
it
you're
when
a good
I can.
sport. Nah, you're a good sport always. But so am I. Thanks again.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks again.
All right.
Anyway, it's time to get to the injuries.
Let's call up that doctor.
All right, welcome back. All right, guys, it's time for some injury news. There has been a ton of injuries in the NFL. Some of them, are going to really affect your financial. Wow, I was about to say my financial aid. Jesus, that's what I do for a living. They're going to affect your fantasy teams. And we called the doctor, and he did show up, albeit a little bit late today, but he made it in. Doctor.
Hello, Giancarlo. Happy to see you.
Why do you always use my government name?
Why
Doc?
not? I don't understand.
Yeah, but when we hang out outside of here, you say Jay.
Your mother.
All right, that's
named you that.
She did.
Put some respect on that.
Hey, Mom, I love you, Mom. Hope you're listening.
Mama. Okay.
Was it a song show?
I don't know.
We just start singing all the songs.
I'm feeling energetic. I'm loving it. But
Doc,
you're not here to listen to me sing your.
Doc, where are you flying in from, Doc? Where you been?
Man, I've been everywhere, my friend.
You haven't been returning my text, Doc.
That's because, I was in Russia.
In Russia.
Trying to help out some comrades out there.
Yeah. Oh, comrades. Interesting.
Comrades, yep.
Interesting, Doc. All right, well, let's get to it because I know your time is limited,
It is.
Doc.
I got people to look at.
Yeah, people. You're going to go check out Cooper Kupp?
I'm going to look at a dog's ass and see if there's some
here we go.
So I want to start off. I want to start off with the Arizona Cardinals tight end Zach Ertz. He actually injured his knee and it's said that it would be season ending. However, he's getting a second opinion from myself, and I say you're done for the season.
Oh.
So.
Well, then, that
bad.
sucks for Zach Ertz. The Cardinals do use the tight end position often in their offense. We will tell you what the speculative pickup is in that offense a little later in the show.
I'm going to stick around for that.
Yeah, you got to check it out, Doc. I know. What time's your flight at, Doc? It's currently 4:11, so you fly out around 4:45?
Sure, why not?
Private jet. You could leave whatever time you want.
Just had an update.
Yeah, what update?
Yeah.
Did it come across on your phone just recently?
This now. Hollywood Brown is getting closer to starting again. He will definitely be back after the team's Week 13 bye. However, keep monitoring it because he could be back even sooner than that.
Could be back.
Especially with Zach Ertz out.
So maybe not this week, but next week potentially?
Next week, maybe. There's a 50-50 shot.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Interesting.
But hey, I know I have him on my team, and I'm just staring at him wishing I don't know what to do with him.
All right. Well, it's time to talk about everybody's favorite quarterback, P.J. Walker. Doc,
yeah, man.
I know you're friends with P.J. What's going on there?
Love you, P.J. Actually, Coach Steve Wilkes said Monday that Walker has a high ankle sprain. There's been a lot of high ankle sprains this year, JC.
Tons of them. I'm the master of the ankle sprain.
And so you know how long he's going to be out for? Probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
Which is rough because the Carolina Panthers QB situation isn't really the best. But yeah, it looks like he's not going to play Week 11 versus Baltimore, which he's probably thanking his lucky stars because that Baltimore defense is pretty good.
That's interesting. P.J. Walker's been really good down there in the games that he's played. He really was moving that ball, and the offense was looking good. Is it fair to say it's Baker Mayfield time, Doc?
No, never.
Well.
You can find somebody better than that.
Okay.
Son of a...
Look at that. We got the only doctor in America that'll give you the injury diagnosis and fantasy football advice.
Because he's trash. He's trash. Progressive lost lots of money on his deal.
Doc, it's time to talk about our favorite team here, the Chicago Bears. What's going on?
Khalil Herbert, man, sustained a hip injury during Sunday's loss, 31-30 to the Lions, and he's been placed on the IR. Actually, just recently, while you guys were talking, I actually sent that text over to Timmy. I wish you'd give me credit, Timmy, but that's cool.
Timmy.
Whatever, bro.
Dang.
Yeah, so that kind of stinks, but, you know, hip injuries are not fun. Moving on to Denver, the wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, had an ankle issue, but he had an MRI and a review that it's only a mild injury. And he isn't actually expected to miss any extended time.
Interesting.
So if you got Jerry Jeudy, don't fret. Don't kick him off your bench yet because he might be playing.
Okay.
The next, I was in Wisconsin.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What you got for us?
I had some money on Dallas. Thanks a lot, you jerks.
Debbie does Dallas.
But however, Christian Watson had a great game. What was that? 3 touchdowns?
Doc, he looked great, Doc. Were you watching the game there? Were you in Green Bay when the game was happening?
Yes, I was. I was watching the game. I know
you're friends with Aaron Rodgers, and you guys have done ayahuasca before together. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. All right. Sorry, Doc. Continue.
Anyways, Watson is he actually got injured. Watson is limited on Monday's practice due to an ankle issue. Lots of ankle issues going on. So something to monitor. I won't say that he's ruled out. Yeah. Unless that was the peyote kicking in, but I think he'll be good to go.
Doc, I know you've been running a study, and has not yet concluded.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You're finding out the severity, the commonness, if you will. Commonness.
Yep.
Or how common ankle injuries are these days. What? Like, I don't feel like they were this common, watching football many years ago. Have you gotten to your conclusion as to why it's occurring?
I think, to be frank, JC, is that these wide receivers are really part of the offense, right? So they're getting a lot more targets toward them. Because if you look back years ago, it was a running back, right? Running back. Concussions, there's more hammies that were happening. And now I feel like the pressure is more on their ankles. Could be due to the fact of where they're getting tackled. They're getting tackled a little bit below the knee as opposed to
look at that. The knee bone is connected to the thigh bone.
That's right.
All right, Doc, what else you got for us?
And they're stretching.
KC?
Oh, KC. All right. Juju Smith-Schuster is in the concussion protocol after being forced out of Sunday's game against the Jaguars.
Really quickly, that was a brutal hit.
Yeah,
he immediately went into the
the
frozen.
tent.
Yeah, well, and then his hands kind of froze up, and you know how it goes. It was brutal.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be back this week. I think especially since, we're no stranger to this. We saw what happened Thursday night to Tua. I think the NFL is going to be very, very cautious with letting any players that look banged up like they did back on the field.
Yeah, I know. It's scary. I'm sure you'll be flying out this weekend to check up on him. Doc, let's jump over to L.A.
I don't think TikTok.
Yeah, I don't think you've flown there in too many weeks. But in L.A., there was an injury to tight end Gerald Everett. What's going on?
Yeah, your boy, man. Coach Stanley termed Everett. That's what I meant. Staley. His groin, he hurt his goods. So he's day to day. So something to monitor.
Interesting. Your report here is he hurt his groin, and then there's a popper who reported it.
Daniel Popper of Athletic Reports.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of buddies, I know you're friends with Dallas Goddard.
I am.
Over in Philly.
This actually stinks. This sucks a
I mean,
lot.
they all suck, right, Doc? All the injuries suck. But this one hits close to home.
Yeah, they all suck. But yeah, Goddard expected to miss extended time after suffering a shoulder injury in Monday's night 32-21 loss to the Manders. So he's going to be doubtful for Week 11. So once again, I think Dustin's going to be screwed.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's funny how Doc and Dustin both say Manders. It's interesting.
Anyways,
Like
moving forward, speaking of the Manders, Wentz will be eligible to come off the IR before the Commanders take on Houston in Week 11. So yeah, I think according to Sam Forter of the Washington Post, sorry about that.
Fortier?
That too, reports that the team is preparing for Wentz to reclaim the starting role once healthy.
Wow. Tells you what they think of Taylor Heineke.
Which is bad. We're a Heineke show, aren't we, JC? John Carlo?
We are.
Go.
It's unfortunately.
Go ahead. Yes, Andrew.
Doc,
Andres.
if I'm not mistaken, though, I thought Dustin was a part of the show. I didn't know you were also a part of the show. I thought you were just
I'm the resident
guest.
Doctor. Why am I not a part of this show?
I'm
more a part of it
I just
than
wasn't
you.
aware of that. I apologize. I was not made aware of these types of things. This is really where, the people who run the show need to allow the executive producer to know this stuff ahead of time so that they can prepare for these type of things.
Well, I figured
I'm not
that
saying to you, but I'm saying kind of just in general.
I figured since I'm on the lower thirds that I made it. If I'm not wanted here, I'll still come if you pay me.
Oh.
Also,
we haven't been paying
also,
for any
Doctor,
of
I
these
have to
spots,
ask.
Doc.
What?
I have to ask you as well. What is the scientific use of the sun shining on said dog's ass? Can you explain that to us, please?
Okay, it comes from ancient bullshit. I don't think it's ever been said. I know there's mention of Irish, but the Irish aren't saying that.
That's a saying.
So
It's a saying.
I'm not sure where said saying is from, but it's wrong. It's actually 100.
Hold on.
butchered.
I actually have proof.
I have to go, JC.
Hold on. Before you go any
thank
further,
you.
if you could get the cam on me. Albert Einstein was the one that quote. All right. So.
Sure. Oh.
So.
You found that off the
I'm just
interweb. You found that off the interweb?
Interweb, yeah.
Yeah, I could find a lot off the interweb.
The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. I must have butchered it, but.
I mean, I still don't understand it because if
guys.
it's sunny, when it.
You were my friend,
Not today, mother.
All right, Doc. Well, thank you so much as
You're
always.
welcome.
We appreciate your
Yes.
time. You do a fantastic job
Thorough.
here and outside of here.
I do.
Yeah. I think I have plantar fasciitis, Doc. I'm going to have you check it out. I've been running way too much, and I think
I
have.
thought you wanted me. Oh, yeah, we'll check that out too.
Yeah. It's been bad, dude. It kind of hurts when I press off my leg. So I can't run. I haven't ran in 2 days. It sucks.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been doing 5 miles a day. It's pretty good.
It's probably because you're getting old.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate
You're
that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Peace out,
It
Cub
might
Scout.
be. See you later, Doc. All right, we have tons of show left. We'll let you guys know about this week's waiver wire ads. I know we just talked about injuries, but you need to know who to pick up now in their spots. So we'll be back with that after these brief messages.
So my whole thing, I'm getting called. My whole thing, the reason why I felt strongly about my opinion is even if you look statistically of what happened in that game, Justin Fields was the only offense they had. The only. Name something else that was going well for him. Nothing. He's going up against elite defense when it comes to the Cowboys, right? He was the only one keeping them in the game. If we're just going to I'm just singling out just this game right here. It was another step after he just came off a great game against the Patriots, which once again was another great step in the right direction. So I wouldn't necessarily go ahead and just write him off right now and say, like, this isn't our guy when you're seeing progression. Not only that, you have to be patient. And we said that last week as well, too, is that people just write quarterbacks off left and right after a year or 2 years because they don't just jump and make that leap to the NFL, which is completely different than college. It's faster. There's different schemes. We can go on and on. That's my point. And the reason why I went at you is because you're wrong.
I'll have to say that. Jesus. All right, let's move on. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops. Welcome back, DL. It's been a hell of a show.
Has been.
And now it's time to give the people what they want. Shout out to Jalen Rose and Jacoby. Jalen and Jacoby, ever watch that podcast?
I listened to it.
You can listen to it too. You can
Oh, okay.
it. Yeah, but he always goes, let's give the people what they want. And then there's like a little song that plays. And no?
So are you trying to do that?
Yeah, that's what
You're
I
not
was
going to
trying
mess
do.
it
I
up
was
this
hoping
time?
that I gave you an alley-oop and you didn't do it, so
Let's give them what they want.
that's fine. Thanks, bro.
Do,
Give
do,
the
do, do,
people
do.
what they want. All right, anyway.
No,
Yeah, let's give the people what they want. Let's go to the running backs.
Yep, you might want to wait.
It's time for waivers. And welcome back, DL. Let's remind the people. Let's remind the people what running backs are on bye this week.
Okay. That would be Travis
Etienne, bro. We're
Raheem
in
Mostert,
week 10. Come on.
Jeff Wilson Jr., Kenneth Walker III, Rashad White, and Leonard Fournette. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
No, man,
Okay.
nothing, bro.
So let's go ahead, kick us off.
Who? Any dogs? Not right now. So
The sun has gone
the
down.
sun's not shining on me this
It's
episode.
dark and
so
stormy.
It's totally cool. It's totally cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. The first running back we're recommending for you to add is one of them that's on bye. Before we
crazy.
recommend him, one of our commenters in the chat just
Perfect
sent
timing,
us,
dude.
Yeah, just sent us a quick message. He says, I'll read this out loud here. The Athletics' Greg Auman believes Rashad White will retain the Bucs starting job when the team returns from its bye in Week 11. So
Dang.
this week. All right. He did right. #GoBucks. So thank you, Big Poppy, for dropping that comment in there. But let's go ahead and jump into Rashad White. He's 44% roster.
Which is shocking.
Yeah, it is
That's
shocking.
very shocking.
It is shocking. It's
I'm
funny
gonna see.
because we started him in a few leagues. I thought people knew.
Yeah, I thought
Been around
like
for a
even
little while now.
What was it? 2 weeks ago, he was like even then he was doing. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Anyway,
about
it's
him.
okay. Don't worry. White has slowly been eating away at Leonard Fournette's touches. Lenny unfortunately exited early this past week with a hip injury. I'm not sure if it was reminiscent to anything that Khalil Herbert's going through,
Oh,
but let's continue on.
and he's old.
Yeah, he's a little old. He's up there. He's got a lot of mileage on those tires for sure. Even in college, they use the heck out of him. But if Leonard Fournette was to miss any time, Rashad White would definitely be a high-end RB2.
Yeah,
Immediately.
I would if he's out there, I would grab him.
Yeah.
because he's not going to be there next week.
Yeah, he might be our number one waiver
I
wire
would-
ad this week.
for running
Even
backs,
though he's
for
not
sure.
playing, that's how highly we think of him.
Yes, sir.
All right, the next running back we're going to recommend is Isaiah Pacheco, who's 25% roster. DL, why are we recommending him?
Well, here we are again. He didn't play well last week and finished with only 82 yards on 16 carries. However, CEH didn't get any carries last week. Could be the changing of the guard.
It could be. So basically, he didn't play great, but CEH didn't get any kind of activity
Nothing.
at all.
Man, I've been saying it though. I feel like Kansas City Chiefs are more of a pass-heavy offense.
100%.
I mean, they're gonna bust some, they're gonna break off some runs, but it's gonna be few and far between. However, I do like Isaiah a lot. I think he's got the speed.
Yep. No, same here. I think when he plays, he looks good. I just, I don't know. You're going to throw him in your lineup and hope that it's the week that he goes off. He's been solid. I think he finished with 7 points last week.
Yeah.
But we'll
Andrew.
see.
I was going to say, I think if you have a chance to, I don't know where Jarrett McKinnon's at. I'd take a look at him too, because he seems to be getting they seem to be going with a 1-2-3 punch, trying to see who can get started. But of the two of them, Pacheco's the guy that's going to be making all the catches, I think, and McKinnon's going to be the guy looking for the big runs. So I would say if you got a chance, look at McKinnon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could totally see it. Last week, he had 2 receptions, and that was it. No touches at running back. So
Moving on, Gus Edwards is 49% roster. What do you think about Gus the Bus?
Dude, I hate the Baltimore Ravens running back
Yep,
room. Not that they're
me
bad.
too.
I just don't know who the hell is going to do anything
Nope.
ever. I think Gus is leading by a nose right now. So
are we off Drake then?
yeah,
Drake
I'm
looked
on
good
the Gus
before-
bus again.
Because Drake looked good before the bye.
What are we saying? So if we're draking and driving or on the Gus bus, one of the
Ooh.
two. You like that?
Yeah, sun's coming out on this
Thank
one.
you. Jesus, you never heard of that? Drake and drive? Like if you're kind of sappy and sad and like you want to listen to Drake while you're driving and you're thinking about your ex. You never heard of that?
I don't do that
I know you don't.
ever.
It's totally fine.
I listen to
Yeah.
rock and
It's
roll.
your first ever relationship. So, all right. Anyway, we jump over to Jalen Warren. Not much to say about Gus. Just add him if you can.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren. This is a speculative ad, and I think more and more every week we're giving you speculative ads for the future.
I think this is a good one, though, for sure.
I think so too. He's 26% rostered. He's starting to eat into Najee Harris's carries.
Yep.
And he's been effective. So I think it's a good pickup because I think as the season winds down, it's obvious that Najee is not Najee. Something's up with him. We warned you at the beginning of the season about that
Shouldn't
Liz
draft him.
Frank injury. I think if the Steelers are smart, which they are, they got Mike Tomlin as their head coach, one of the best head coaches in football. I do believe that they might shut down Najee Harris a few weeks early. And at that point, Jalen Warren would be getting the bulk of the carries, and you'd want to, pick up a guy that could potentially get that kind of ammunition to play. So
Yeah, Jalen Warren is going up against the Bengals, so this should be actually a pretty good one.
Every week, do that.
Yeah, he's definitely the number 2 option in the backfield, but I think you're right. I think he is going to get the starting role, if
some
not
point.
this week, maybe next week.
yeah, at some point,
Some point.
even if it's not in 2 weeks, maybe 3 or 4. If you're going into the playoffs, this is the kind of guy that you can add and could potentially be a league winner. So if you have the roster spot, just telling you now.
I would add him.
Yeah.
I definitely would.
All right, let's jump over to wide receivers, DL. The guys who are on bye, I'll remind the people really quickly. The phony homies at home, here's who is on bye. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, DK
Waddle.
Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, and Mike Evans. I gave you the Waddle right there.
Waddle. I said it. I was like, Waddle.
Yeah.
For our listeners listening to the podcast.
All right,
that's
really
important.
quickly at wide receiver, the first wide receiver we're recommending you add, and I'm pretty sure he's at above 50%, unfortunately, but just a smidge above it. He actually is down 2% from last week. That receiver is Kadarius Toney. DL, why are we recommending Kadarius Toney?
Because he's awesome. Tony got into the end zone last week and was involved in the offense. If Juju misses more time, which looks like he's going to, we think that he might, Kadarius will be the beneficiary.
Yeah, we think that Kadarius will be the beneficiary.
Okay, I don't know. That was a weird one. Anyways, moving forward, my take on this one, though, is I stashed him right when he got traded to the Giants,
Okay.
right? So I gave him 1 week. I didn't start him last week, which I wish I would have because
This is the week.
he looked awesome.
Yeah.
He had one play where he's running and he looks back, he adjusts his gloves and then catches the ball. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
He's a
And
freak.
this was his first touchdown in the NFL, wasn't it? Close, maybe?
I think he scored a different one on an ended round once, but
Anyways,
still.
first receiving maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
probably first receiving.
I'm excited about him,
Yeah.
and I will be starting him this week.
Yeah, this
for
is the week
sure.
to start him. Honestly, this is where the one I'm gonna pound the table for. I think this is where he.
I think
has
this
a
is
big
our
game.
wide receiver
Yeah,
ad
our,
of the week.
Our number 1 wide receiver ad.
If he's available.
But maybe because the second guy we're gonna recommend is Christian Watson. He's 11% rostered.
Probably be able to find him.
Finally broke out. He finished with 107 yards last week, and not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns. We like his flex appeal every week moving forward with the upside for more.
The only question or only concern I would have is Lazard. Is Lazard
Yeah.
going to be kind of cutting into his target share?
Well,
or
you know
like,
what teams were doing? They were trying to take Lazard away and making Aaron beat teams with other receivers.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
that's how Christian got, these
Not
opportunities.
more.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I watched that game.
Yeah,
That was-
same. I
that
watched
was-
it too. I was
that was
hoping
awesome.
they got killed, but
Hey, I was hoping for Dallas. Anyways, moving forward, Donovan Peoples-Jones. 35% roster. Jones has quietly had 6 straight games with 50-plus receiving yards. He gets an upgrade at QB next week, so he could be a legit flex play rest of season. I agree with that because the chemistry between him, which we'll find out in our studs and duds, with Peoples-Jones, like it's just him and Brissett. However, I don't know, man. With Watson coming back, maybe he flexed more towards Amari Cooper, and I am biased because I have Amari Cooper. So,
yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones is not a sexy name. It's a hell of a name. It's a tongue twister for sure. I do think he's going to be a solid flex guy the rest of the year. And,
yeah.
And when Watson comes back, I think those 50 yards per game go to like 60-ish yards per game. So that's a quick 6 points with the potential to get in the end zone here or there on some off weeks.
Our chocolate starfish has something to add.
Yeah, what you got?
Well, first, I just want to say thank you, Donovan Peoples-Jones, for coming on to the Chocolate Starfishes and helping us get our 8th victory of the season.
Wow.
Really appreciate that. Honestly, I think his numbers are possibly going to go up because what Donovan Peoples-Jones does really well is he runs that deep ball threat. And I think that's going to help out, especially considering Deshaun Watson can throw the deep ball. Now, Amari Cooper's an every route kind of guy.
Amari Cooper runs the best routes. He's like one of the top wide receiver in route running. But go ahead.
No, absolutely. And I think he will definitely get his goes because he's number 1 wide receiver. Why wouldn't he, right? But when you double team him, who's going to automatically come open, right?
True.
Until David Njoku gets back, which he's still, I think, questionable at this point, see Donovan Peoples-Jones probably get a lot more targets because when Cooper gets double teamed, they're going to immediately go to, okay, well, Jones is running down the field one-on-one then. So I just say keep an eye out for that.
Yep. I like that. I like that breakdown. It's a pretty damn good breakdown. The next guy we're going to go ahead and recommend to add off of waivers, somebody that we recommended last week, that is the one and only Traylon Burks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we recommended last week to stash him. I think you should continue to try to stash him. He's going to...
I had to cut him because
that's totally okay.
I had to make room,
I'm just saying to stash him. He's not going to do anything for these 2 weeks. But he could be the kind of guy that helps you win it all.
So when would you like? Are you thinking like playoffs?
I think he's going to be even maybe like a week 13, 14 guy.
Okay,
that's kind of where I see, and then onward from there. I think he's just the most talented receiver they have on that team. So
all right,
yeah, they'll be throwing the ball and seeing what they have. As a quick reminder, guys, if you're in our chat right now watching us live, throw some questions in there. We'd love to answer them.
Yeah.
Before we continue and tell you about tight ends, we do want to answer some questions. Big Trev asks us, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Michael Gallup, Darius Slayton. Pick one in PPR.
Okay, so we got Peoples-Jones. Who else?
Gallup and Slayton.
Jones. I'm taking Jones.
Yeah, I would go Jones too.
Nothing against those other guys, but Giants aren't really throwing the football, and
Gallup is like that wide receiver 3 at this point. Like he really
hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He hasn't had that game. So
that's fair.
Jones.
I think I would go. We're recommending Peoples-Jones, but if I wanted to be contrarian here, I'd go Slayton, Peoples-Jones, Gallup. I think in that order, just to be contrarian, because I think I agree with you guys too. It's kind of a toss-up between those Slayton and Peoples-Jones. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, no. I mean, it is really a toss-up. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. DL, let's jump over to tight ends. Reminding the phony homies at home who is currently, are the players that are currently on bye this week. One will be Evan Ingram, followed by Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant, and finally Cameron Brate. So if you have any of those players,
you're probably losing.
Bye, yeah, Evan Ingram's been solid. I think he's been in the top 10 this year.
Yeah, Mike Gesicki, he's up and down.
Too. Yeah, he's been okay. Noah Fant, Cameron Brate. So anyway, let's jump over to tight ends, DL. Who is the first tight end we are recommending?
Greg Dulce. Dulce continues to be a weapon in the Broncos offense. He's posted 11 PPR points in the last 3 starts. He's nearly a must-start in the must-start territory. Greg Dulce.
All right, here you go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let me see if I can get this to go. How do you say Greg Dulcich?
That's what I said. Dulcich. Moving on, we have Cole Kmet, 24% rostered. Hold Hold on. I'm gonna let the giggles out. You guys ready?
okay.
I'm sorry.
Ready?
No,
I'm
the
talking
sun's
about
shining
focus.
on
You
this
said
ass
Dolce,
over here,
and the first
so-
thing that came to my mind was Dolce and Gabbana. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
What?
I was
That's the way it
thinking like
rests.
dulce de leche, like some like kind of like
The ice
flavor.
cream. You
Yeah,
have the
that's
ice
what I
that
was
shit-
thinking.
I mean, that stuff is
shit
good.
is real good,
It's
bro.
real good.
Yeah.
Almost as good as Cole Kmet these last 3 weeks.
Yeah. What kind of ice cream do you go for? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna be basic. Sometimes I go cookies and cream.
Me too.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
hey.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
All right.
Yup.
Yep. All right. Real quick, D. What kind of ice cream do you go for usually?
Coconut.
What kind?
Coconut.
Coconut.
Coconut, baby.
I like. Okay, so
Coconut.
in Chicago they sell like there's like the
Like
guys
an
that
almond
push-
joy. Yeah.
Like the guys that push the carts, sometimes they
Yeah,
sell.
yeah, I know
They're
those
called
guys.
helados, and it's
Yeah.
like just like ice shavings, but it's coconut flavored usually, and it's fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I gotta say those cart dudes are awesome.
Dude, they're so good.
They're my
I was
favorite.
thinking about inventing an app where I told people where they were and like the tamale
That's actually
people
smart.
and like just real quick.
Dude,
like,
if you
jump on
could
the
do
app.
that for the dude that pushes around the corn cart, I would
Yeah,
be in love
that's
with
exactly
you, man.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Dude,
it.
the elote
I like
guy
this.
rules.
Yeah, or the
the-
tamal guy. Dude, there's a guy that walks around the bars in the city. His name is Tamal Guy. You can find his Instagram.
Yeah.
Tamal
Dude,
Guy.
he's
He just
awesome.
sells
Yeah,
tamales to
he
you.
saved my life,
Dude,
many
so
nights.
I would have been pretty hungover the next day. If it
That's what I'm
wasn't for that
saying,
guy, dude. Yeah.
His pork tamales,
oh, man.
fire.
Yeah, or the chicken.
All of them, even the
verdes,
cheese.
those
The cheese
so
are pretty
good.
dope too.
Oh, all
mean,
the cheese ones. I'm not
damn,
really
dude.
like a sweet tamal guy, but I love. Man,
I'm so
what?
hungry, man.
I'm hanging out with my girl and her
Tamales.
fam. Yeah, I'm hanging out with my girl and her fam this weekend. I'm gonna bring tamales. That's what.
You gonna make tamales?
No, I'm not gonna make them. I've made them maybe twice in my life. I've helped. I didn't make them. I
Do
helped.
you better make sure they're fire because you bring
Oh no,
them
no,
to
I
the
got
mama and the,
bro.
and the daddy.
I got a spot.
They gonna know.
Nah, I got a
Oh,
spot.
you better
I
hope
got a
so.
spot. Real quick, Andrew, your favorite ice cream of choice?
My ice cream of choice? I go with Oreo.
Nice. See, everybody.
Oh, cookies and cream.
I mean,
Yeah, same.
I did cookies and cream all the way, but like if they got Oreo, like
Oh, yeah.
Oreo
Yeah.
anything,
It's the same. We
pie,
do the
cake,
same.
whatever, it's on.
Even
Like, it's
cookie dough.
on.
I'll go cookie
Yeah,
dough
cookie
too.
dough's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
cookie dough too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know?
What if
You
don't have
can't
either?
really go wrong with ice cream, I don't think.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you
I don't-
can.
Well, actually, yeah, maybe scratch that. There are
Yeah.
times you can.
I'm not a
But I feel
chocolate
like
guy.
most flavors you can't go wrong with.
Yeah. You know what's really good, dude? It's gonna sound crazy. Pistachio. Like I had gelato like a few days ago.
Pistachio gelato's on point.
My God.
That stuff is good.
Place in I want to say Elmwood Park called Masa, and they have gelato there. So fire, right next to Johnny's.
That's great.
Dude, so good.
Coming back to our show,
Yeah.
like, people,
sorry.
we have our own like ice cream podcast. Check us out, the
Yeah.
ice cream
All right,
dudes.
the next tight end we're going to recommend is Cole Kmet. DL, why are we recommending 24% rostered Cole Kmet?
Because he's awesome.
Yeah.
Cole now has 5 TDs in 3 games. All the bus talk can finally end. The Bears' offense is humming, and Kmet is a legit starting tight end in fantasy. I totally agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really sad because we drafted him in our joint league and we cut bait.
Yeah.
And now I'm wishing we would have.
Yeah.
Because he's honestly legit. I love him.
And we got killed this past week in our joint league.
That's
so.
why I didn't even look. Didn't even look.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going
All right.
to move on to our last tight end.
Yeah. The last tight end is Trey McBride. He's not really right. He's like under 1% rostered. So earlier we teased that unfortunately Zach Ertz was hurt, but when one man goes down, it's time for next man up. And Trey McBride's that guy. Again, Zach Ertz suffered a season-ending injury. If Trey McBride can get even 60% of the volume that Ertz was getting, he would be a fantasy-relevant tight end.
Yep.
I think he's hella talented. For real. Trey McBride is hella talented. He's really
it's-
good in college.
It's always tough though because you haven't seen him for a while. You don't know how they really acclimated him to the offense. But I mean, obviously, since he's second guy up, he should be. But yeah, I would. I mean, yeah. If you're like me, Dallas Goedert got hurt. Zach Ertz. I have Zach Ertz, and yeah, I don't know. Would you start him over Pitts?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's where I'm at. And just to tell you, he's a rookie, right? He was a unanimous All-American last year and the John Mackey Award winner. So
All right. I think I'm gonna have to target him in some of my
I'm
leagues.
telling you, the dude is a freak.
So out of all these, which probably Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet, yeah, hands down. But I do
Okay.
like Dulcich too, though. I do like him.
Dolce, I like him too.
All right, let's go over to QBs and let the phony homies know who is on bye. DL?
That would be Tom Brady, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
I I could count that.
Yep.
That counts. It's close enough. Shut up,
close.
Andrew.
You're close.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, those quarterbacks are on bye.
That
So
does not count.
Just stop it.
That does not count.
That counts. Close enough. I'm going to go with our first.
Going on the butchered list.
Okay, anyways, our first recommendation, if he's still out there, which he's probably not because he's a legit franchise quarterback, Justin Fields. You son of a bitch. He just came off another huge game.
You want me to
another
talk? I can talk.
huge game. Well, hold on.
Okay.
Another huge game. What do you do? 67-yard touchdown? I'm sorry. That seems legit and franchise
after
worthy.
throwing a pick six, though, we got to do that.
Yeah, after throwing a pick six, however, it didn't let him fade it.
Yeah.
Didn't even let it. It didn't even bother him. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, number one. I'm gonna show you the small number one."
3 plays later.
Damn, nailed it.
Yeah.
And he threw what? A touchdown to Cole Kmet.
Yeah, he did.
So it was
On a
awesome.
busted coverage play, but he
Busted.
did do that. Yeah.
I think it was not one but two. Wasn't
Yeah,
it two?
I think so, too.
It's two.
Yeah.
One was busted. The other one was legit.
All right, so
So moving on, Deshaun Watson.
no. So let's go ahead and talk about
All
it.
right, here we go.
Andrew, where are you
Andrew's
on
take.
Justin Fields, who has been piping hot the last few weeks? He's just freaking
You
the
teased
hottest
us.
quarterback.
He teased us in our fantasy chat that he had something he was gonna bring today.
2 straight weeks where he's the number 1 fantasy quarterback in football.
Oh, yeah,
3
it was
straight weeks.
3, yeah, because
3 straight
New England.
weeks.
Yep.
Where he's the number. No, I don't think he was the number 1.
You
I
didn't
think
count
he played
that?
well. No.
Okay.
But I don't
All
I
right,
think he was
fine.
top
Two
5.
for
But
argument's
2
sake.
straight weeks as the number 1, and not by a little bit, by a ton.
Yeah, like
Scored
he
over
was-
40 points 2 straight weeks. And
Yeah,
one
he
of them
like-
was 50. So.
Would you say he overtook the game?
Oh yeah, he took the game over 100%.
Okay, go ahead.
We
Andrew.
say all that to say.
Hold
Andrew.
on, let me pull up his numbers too while you're
Andrew,
telling us
where
how
are you
horrible
on
Justin Fields is.
Justin Fields.
I am going to say that after talking with a few people, watching back on the film, that I'm going to say that Justin Fields is, in fact, the guy but not the franchise quarterback.
What?
Giving you half.
The guy,
how?
but not a franchise quarterback.
That's like saying the
So-
dog shines on, or the sun shines on a
It's not
dog's
even gonna
ass.
work in this, okay? All right, so here's what I'm saying. All right,
10,
I'm giving,
15,
by the way, I'm
20,
giving
30.
in to half of what I've been saying here. So by saying he's the guy, I do think he is absolutely the quarterback for the Bears right now, right? There's no doubt about it. He's the best player on that team. He's the one leading the charge for that offense all the way, okay? The reason why I'm not saying franchise quarterback is because I want to see what he can do with more, right? Let's see if he can get this team more W's. Let's see him get this team into the conversation for competing with the division, be a playoff team, things like that. He's been extremely talented. No one's denying that. I know who just stepped in. I see behind me. I see the mirror.
Let the camera
But at
see
the same
who
time,
accepted.
Yeah.
I can't definitively say that in year 2 with what he's done thus far, I want to call him the franchise quarterback because I think we still need to see what he can do next year and if the Bears are going to support him.
Okay, well, timeout. That wasn't the bet, number one. The bet was, is he a this year, by the end of this year,
Right.
you would have to wear a Bears jersey if he was legit a franchise quarterback, which I
Yes.
hear you're saying, yeah, kind of, sort of, but maybe if he had weapons, like that,
No, he basically said, like, franchise quarterback, but he's the guy. He's here. So basically he's saying...
He's right there with guys like Tua, which is playing well. But
Okay,
can he win
fair.
you know,
Tua's absolutely a franchise
can he get you
quarterback.
to that next level, right? I mean, we're seeing them right now saying they're right now first in the division. Can they continue to stay there? Can they win the division, get in the playoffs, win in the playoffs? That's the kind of thing that I want to see from Justin Fields. And I think that's legitimate cause to call for, you know? I think that's legitimate to call for. I know he's in his second year. I know the team's bad. And I'm saying he's the guy. But is he still the guy when they've got all the pieces there? Or will he just be, contemporary? Can he just play with
Okay,
the
that's
rest
fair.
of the guys?
You know
Or
what?
can he transform them into something more?
you're still wearing a jersey.
No,
you
I mean,
son of
it's
a
totally
bitch.
fair. It's totally fair. Basically he's saying once everything
I
else
just don't
is
want
in
people
order...
to rush into it, just all.
Okay. Well, we do have our sound engineer here.
Who came out of his cave.
He did come out of the cave. Double D, what do you think about Justin Fields?
Oh, he's the franchise quarterback. If you had any kind of defense the last 3 games,
They would have won.
you're 3-0.
Yep.
And in the playoff picture, hardcore.
Yep. I
And
agree.
dangerous.
Traded away your 2 best defenders on defense. Your defense is struggling right now. He has carried that offense. He's put that offense on his shoulders and
Kept him in
absolutely
games.
carried it for the
Yep.
last 3 games.
Yep.
That is the definition of a franchise quarterback.
Couldn't agree more with you, Dave. And I know I don't say that a lot.
Same.
But he's put together a month. We're talking 4 games in a row where this man has put
Every game.
elevate.
He's gotten better.
He's the best guy on the field, a little bit better. Every time. And
all right, so then we're all agreeing that Ryan Pace was a smart GM.
Don't interrupt me now, buddy. I'll let you talk.
All right.
Like, we've been talking about weapons. And even back then, we were talking about he didn't have weapons. But you, sir, sitting over there, we're like, oh, no. Well, I don't know about that. He's just not a franchise quarterback and blah, 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 blah. He is. And I'm sad to say, or I'm shocked somebody with your QB intelligence would still be sitting there being like, well, he's close. And that's all I'm going to say. Rant over.
Yeah, rant over. He's coming around slowly, guys. We'll probably have him on
I'm just saying, we got to say Ryan Pace was then smart for taking Justin Fields.
I mean, no, because he had a lot of other swings and misses.
Oh, yeah, we do.
No,
we're going to have to say that.
But they couldn't put it together under that regime.
No, but we're saying then he's smart for picking Justin Fields.
Was he smart for picking Matt Nagy, who couldn't do anything with 2 top 5 or 2 top 10 quarterbacks?
What about Cole Kmet? Was he smart about that, or was he dumb there too?
They didn't find a way to use
that
any of those guys.
That remains to be seen still, I think.
No, I think he's.
I think Getsy's, and by the way, Getsy has to get some credit on this too.
Oh, tons of credit.
He's done an incredible job
credit.
fitting this offense around Justin Fields.
Exactly.
I'm not giving all the credit to him. I'm saying there's a lot of credit to go to him.
Which a lot of Bears fans that you called Dallas Cowboy fans last week have been clamoring, and they're actually doing it. Right? They're actually playing off to his strong suits.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think that if, let's see, when they played Miami, if they didn't get the scoop and score, I think we would have won that game, honestly. And I hate to say it, I don't want to be that guy. You really don't. But there have been some really, really bad calls. I don't want to go down that road too much, too far, and say like, oh, it's the refs, and we would have won if they didn't call this or that. But you got to admit, there were some horrific calls.
No, this year there's been a lot of bad ones. I think they said on the percentage, we're hitting like 60% of the calls are making their mark right now from referees or something like that. Like it's gone down drastically from where it was like 75, 80% in the past few years.
You know, a lot of people say that, players get fined all the time and that refs should be fined. I don't agree with that because they don't make nearly as much as players do. But I wouldn't mind if a ref was suspended for a game. He still got paid. But
they certainly should be held accountable.
And if people knew who that ref was.
And especially if they come out the next, what really grinds my gears, they come out the following week like, yep, we got that one wrong. And it's like, why? Don't even bother. Don't even say anything. Like, we all know you got it wrong. You don't need to justify. Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I will say again, if I'm wrong about Fields, I'll say I'm wrong. I'll eat my words. I'll wear that jersey. And here's the other thing I'll add too. I just don't want him to be Cam Newton. Okay.
I agree to that.
That's because I heard Tim Jenkins on the 670. I don't want to keep going on this. I'm just saying. Yep. Tim Jenkins said his fear is they're going to let it go like Cam Newton did, where it's like you have to make every play on the offense with your athleticism because you're the guy.
He's not built that way.
And if you do that, you're going to get him killed.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to make plays, yes. But I agree, you definitely have to get something in front of him to help save him.
I mean, I agree too. I want to see him throw. Because he's accurate as shit too. That's the difference between him and Trubisky. Trubisky would either underthrow or overthrow. This guy is throwing dimes.
And him and Cam.
Yeah.
He's got a better arm than Cam ever did.
Hell yeah.
Well, Cam had a strong arm. He just couldn't hit anything to save his life.
Nothing.
And he tried to run, but once everybody designed how to stop him in the run, he got killed.
He couldn't really throw the ball past 15 yards with accuracy, so always struggled that deep ball. Always struggled with it. I mean, he wasted away Ted Ginn's career, so same. All right, the next quarterback we're going to recommend is Deshaun Watson.
Yes. He is 43% rostered. So I'm going to be very, very clear on this, right? Whatever you believe, if you want to leave Deshaun out there because he's a dirtbag.
Yeah, against your morals, against your ethics.
By all means, do it. However, that being said, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge just how great of a quarterback he was playing a couple years ago. So if he's still out there and you're struggling with QB and your moral compass isn't, pointing against you, I would pick him up.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I'd start him this week, but I think he has a chance to.
I think they're starting in week 13.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to start him this week.
No. But
he starts in week 13 against the Texans.
Yeah.
His old team.
I don't think I start him the first week back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't think
thought
I
you
throw
like this week. I was
No.
like,
I don't throw him the first week back, but
yeah, you want to see. You
want to see what he can do.
Yeah.
We definitely want to see what he can do.
All right.
All right, the next quarterback we're going to recommend is my boy, Russell Wilson.
Go ahead.
48% rostered. He's had one game with 18-plus fantasy points this season, and it was way back in Week 4.
Yep.
Okay? Against the Raiders of all teams, who are crumbling. That poor team
Who
is
would
in
have guessed
shambles.
that?
Yeah. Anyway, guess who gets the Raiders in Week 11 at home?
The Broncos?
They do.
Oh, wow.
They do. The Raiders defense has been pretty bad.
Yeah. High school level.
So Russell Wilson has a shot to be another relevant quarterback this week and a good streaming option potentially if needed.
You going to say it?
Nope.
Come on, say it.
Nope.
Let's ride. All right. Our last QB that we're recommending to pick up those waiver wires would be Daniel Jones, 30% roster. So he is pretty consistent, but he gets the Lions this week, which Bears did pretty. I mean, it was a close game. Anyways, I won't go down that road. But yeah, the Lions have allowed more than 40 yards rushing per game and 4 touchdowns on the ground. So Daniel Jones can do that. He usually averages about 25 points per game. So I'm excited for him. I think he's gonna have a decent streamable game against the Lions.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. He's a guy that I'm streaming this week, so hopefully if he's on there on waivers when I already placed my claim, hopefully I can get him because I'm without a lot of quarterbacks. I don't have Tua in one league. I don't have Tom Brady in another league. I don't have Trevor Lawrence in another league.
Wow,
so,
you have Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I have Trevor. Yeah, it's a 16-man league, so
gotcha.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Andrew had something to add.
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
So y'all claim to be a Taylor Heineke show,
We are.
Yeah,
but you're gonna leave Taylor Heineke off the list
I am.
I am.
when he's playing the Houston Texans?
I am.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Why? I want just for the sake of the fans. I want to know why.
He's been good for us all year to this point.
Yeah,
But there are some juicier matchups this week. Like Mariota has a juicy matchup too this week. So.
Yeah, and that's something like honestly, like you got to take a look at. I mean, yes, you're right. He's playing Houston. However, Houston, for fantasy purposes, which we are a fantasy show, has given up the 5th fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks this season. So that's why we don't have him on here because I feel like I get it. We've been pounding the table, but we would be dismissed or wrong if we recommend you. And the phony homies at home are like, all right, I'm going to go with Taylor, even though he didn't do so well against Philly, against the 5th fewest defense that gives up to quarterbacks. That's why he's not
Fifth worst.
No, yeah, and that's fair. Was it Stingley Jr. right now?
Mm-hmm.
He's right there with Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner, as one of the best rookies.
Seriously,
in the NFL.
Houston's D, I mean, say what you want about Houston, but their defense is
No, and
legit.
then that's
for
what Lovey
sure.
does.
Dude,
They just can't score anything.
My friends are savages.
What are
They're
they
just
saying?
sending us Snapchats in my Snapchat group, making fun of us. It's great. Me specifically.
About what? The dog thing?
Yeah. And
You riding the dog there?
and they're like, dude, your hair and
Oh,
they're-
man.
dude, they are relentless. These guys, love them. Those are my guys. Bastards. All right, let's jump.
I didn't put Marcus Mariota just
Yeah.
because.
It's totally okay.
Although I would put him on there. Actually, I should have kept him on. 33% roster. He's playing against the Bears.
Yep.
We've all watched their defense, which is rough.
That's bad.
It's real bad. Man. But yeah.
Real
They'll
quick,
figure it out.
Real quick, a question from Acton, Actison? I don't know, whatever. But we'll answer the question. With Herbert on IR, is it Monte's season? Where would you rank him overall? Also, should I start Jamal Williams or Boyd in the flex? I'm going Jamal because I still don't think Swift is 100% healthy. So they'll answer that real quick. I do like Boyd this week, but that's where I'm going.
Yeah,
and then we did answer the Montgomery question earlier in the show, but we'll say yes. I think he's a low-end RB1, high-end RB2. So.
I think of any of the games, like feeling confident, this would be that game.
Yeah.
Because Atlanta's
Atlanta's not good. This week he's a must start for sure. All right, let's jump over to defenses and get and wrap this show up real quick. DL, we are telling you to stream the Ravens. Why are we recommending the Ravens?
If they're available. Like
Okay.
legit, this defense is the absolute cream of the crop.
Oh, is it Randy?
I was trying.
It's the cream of the crop. Oh, yeah.
I like that. That was good.
Thank you.
All right. Pretty much for the next month, this is who Baltimore is playing against. The Panthers, the Jaguars, the Broncos, and the Steelers. If you can grab this defense, it's not just for this play or this week, but the upcoming 4.
Yeah.
This would be a really good stash, and they're legit. They are awesome.
I like
defense.
that. Chess, not checkers. It's a chess move.
Exactly. You got to start thinking about that, especially as we're in week 10, boys.
Yeah.
We only got 7 more weeks.
Real quick, just a quick disclaimer. If you're 9-2, whatever your record is, if you're for sure a lock to get to the playoffs, start making the trades for those
if you still can.
Those playoff pushes. Yeah. I think you still can. I think in a lot of leagues the cutoff is next week.
Yeah. So, mind that because you never know who your commissioner ours and my deep league are done.
Dang, that
can't
sucks.
do
I'm
anymore.
sorry.
And I was like, yeah.
All right. Next defense we're recommending is the Vikings defense. DL, why are we recommending?
Because they're almost match proof, bro. Really, they are awesome. If they're, once again, still available, and they are still available in most leagues, over the last 4 games, they've had 10+ fantasy points in 3 games. And that was against the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Bills.
What a game that game was.
That game. Why didn't we talk about that?
I don't know, but that Justin Jefferson catch has to be in the pantheon of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my entire life.
I keep watching. I'm like, how did he catch that? And not only that, before they went to overtime, that whole debacle on the line and what's going on?
I'm sorry, I was doing the catch.
Oh, it's like, you
it
okay?
was incredible.
You're stretching over there?
No. I mean, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about the line where, what was it? Somebody fumbled and then, the Minnesota score. It was nuts. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That was one of my favorites.
It really
All
was.
right. Last but not least, the Bengals DST. Why are we recommending them?
The Bengals haven't been super by any means this season. They're kind of middle of the pack, but neither of that. Well, I don't know what the hell you wrote here, but they play against the Steelers this week, and they have a chance to be really good. So
sometimes you just got to
stream, dude. I think you just set me the hell up right there. I think that was
no.
Yeah. What? Can you read what you wrote there?
We're gonna go to our studs and duds.
Exactly.
Put a bow on this.
I don't know what the hell you wrote there, but anyway, studs and duds. DL.
Yes.
How'd you do last week on your stud call? You bastard.
My stud last week was Amari Cooper, and he was not a stud.
Yeah, he sucked for me.
Yeah, he was bad. Yeah. He had 3 targets for 3 receptions, so at least he caught them for 32 yards. It was a bummer. I was actually hoping for a shootout against the Finns because I thought, okay.
So too, yeah.
I mean, I know it was Jacoby, but yeah, I was wrong, which we'll be hearing from Andrew shortly. For this week, my stud will be Kadarius Toney.
Ooh.
Yeah. We kind of already talked about him earlier, but Toney caught 4 out of 5 targets for 57 yards and a touchdown in Week 10 over the Jags. And with Juju still being in that protocol, he's going against the Chargers. I think Toney will be a solid wide receiver too, because don't the Chargers have that funnel? I couldn't remember if it's a run funnel or a pass funnel, but they're kind of in the middle of the road. I think this is going to be, like I said, a wide receiver too. I think he's going to be a stud this week.
Okay. I like that. I do like that. Who is your dud last week?
2 for 2. I'm being wrong here. Gabe Davis. He was my dud. He was all right. He was 9 targets for 6 receptions, 93 yards, and a TD. So, yeah, I was way off on that one. So, not a dud, but borderline stud. So, yeah, I was wrong.
Oh, interesting what you're doing this week.
This week, my dud of the week is Amari Cooper.
Thank you, God.
Son of a...
Yeah, it's going to help me. Thank you, because it's going to be reverse Juju, and it's going to be great. Thanks. So, why he's your dud this week?
Until Watson comes back, I just don't feel confident in starting him. Okay. Not to mention, it seems like, which we've already talked about, but it seems like Jacoby Brissett has a better rapport with Donovan Peoples-Jones. So I feel like that's going to continue unless they do what Andrew said and they double T Peoples-Jones, and Amari Cooper has the best game of his life.
I could see that, honestly. I could see everything that you said.
Thank you, man.
But hope to God you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
I probably will be.
Yeah.
I usually am.
All right.
He's also going against Buffalo.
A really good defense.
Yeah. They're pretty good out here.
All right. Last week's stud that I picked was Cordell Patterson, and I was wrong.
Wow, you can say it too.
Yeah, dude, I'm never afraid of that. He did nothing at all.
Yeah,
He had 1 point. 1 fantasy point.
That is fantasy because I put him on my bench last week. The dude
And he
goes
went
off.
off.
And this week, 1 point.
1 point. I needed 12 to beat the best team in my league. 12 total. And
Could've been
he did nothing.
Easily done.
I got nothing out of him. I got nothing out of a bunch of players.
Yeah.
Nothing out of Deebo Samuel. Nothing. I got nothing out of my tight ends. I got
This is a
nothing out
weird
of
week.
Curtis Samuel. I got nothing out of a bunch of guys.
That was
It's
a weird week.
bad. All right. So again, last week, Cordero Patterson is who I recommended. My bad. I was wrong. This week, though, I will not be wrong. Maybe I will. This week, I'm recommending Amon-Ra St. Brown against the Giants.
Wait. Isn't he like the sun god?
The sun god.
So maybe the sun will come out on his dog ass.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. How much further can you take that, Joe?
Hey,
You
we got
wanna
one show,
know
gotta get 'em
something
in.
I just found here?
Yeah.
So I went on clichelist.net,
Uh-oh.
and I'm not lying here. I wish we had the TV working. Thanks a lot, TV. I'm putting it up on the screen right now for those who want to see. It is up there. It is. Even the sun shines on a dog's ass some days.
That is what I
It
said.
is. Sooner or later, everyone experiences some good luck.
You didn't hear that before?
No.
Apparently, it's a thing.
No, motherfucker, I haven't.
D, have you ever heard that saying? D, can you jump on the mic? Can you let the people know? So I'm not the only idiot here.
It's a saying, my brother. It's a saying.
See? Jeez
I just don't get it.
Louise.
Like, why wouldn't the... Anyways.
All right, anyway, Amon-Ra
How's the
St.
sun
Brown.
not shine on your ass if the sun...
It's... Whatever. Amon-Ra St. Brown, auto start. All right, my dud last week was Leonard Fournette. And listen to this, guys. I'm the Swami. I swear I got a crystal ball somewhere. I predicted that Leonard Fournette would be bad. And I also claimed last week that I thought Rachaad White was going to be the lead running back.
Good take.
Well, if you watched our show, Rachaad White is now the lead running back. And Leonard Fournette is set to miss a week. So I was right.
You were.
Yeah. This
About
week's
time.
dud, though, is Alvin Kamara. I went on a limb here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he didn't play good last week.
He's had good weeks. He's had bad weeks. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but he plays against the Rams this time around, so
I think what happens when I go and draft him,
Mhm.
usually I'm like, oh, don't draft him because he's on the Saints, and they do that Taysom Hill BS.
Yep.
But this year was like, oh, man, it's Alvin Kamara. Like, all right, I remember him being good. And then I remembered.
Yep.
And now I'm suffering
All right.
in this hell called fantasy football.
It is, dude. It's been a weird year, but
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I love fantasy.
I think
so.
I'm going to make the playoffs, though. I think I'm holding out hope. All right.
All right.
So today was a great episode. Remember that you can shoot your start-sit questions to us by tweeting us.
At TweetFFG.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to use that hashtag.
Ask us FFG.
Or if you want to send your questions via email, send them to.
Ask us FFG at gmail.com.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Almost there. Or leave your fantasy questions on JC's phone number. D, what's that number again?
708-655-4508.
If you don't get a voicemail this
Dude,
week,
I better I'm going to get
swear.
some sexy ass voicemails.
yeah, you better watch out because your girl might be like, who it is?
Yeah, man.
It was D. It's D.
Yeah.
D's nuts. Okay. So that's it for today's show.
Yeah,
Phony homies.
yeah.
Thank you, Andrew and David, for helping us sound better than we really are. Thanks to JC for his mediocre fantasy advice. My name is DL, and don't forget D, our resident intern.
Yeah.
He was awesome. We'll catch you next week, Tuesday. I would say at 3 o'clock, but we never go on time. So
3:30, baby. 3:30. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and
Smash!
that notification button, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.